Hello everyone. I'm Devika. Today we are here to give a presentation for module The Global Business Environment, Evolution and Dynamics. The module code is 7042. Our group number is 09 and we selected Samsung company for presentation. My group members are Manikanta, Sai Kumar, Danush, Monica, and I'm going to give introduction on Samsung company. This slide provides a brief introduction to study. The study will focus on internationalization strategies of Samsung to start and expand its business in different countries and evaluate their impact on the growth of business. Furthermore, this study will analyze the challenges faced by Samsung in different markets and examine what strategies are adapted by companies to mitigate these challenges. And the next slide of Samsung company is overview of a strategy. This slide discusses the overview of Samsung company. Samsung is a multinational electronic device and manufacturer with headquarters in Suwon, South Korea, which was established in 1969. Around 270,320 workers were employed at Samsung across 969 countries in the world. Samsung holds a strong market share of a smartphones, around 20% of the total market share. And the market drivers for internationalization is the slide discusses the internationalization strategies implemented by Samsung by using the YIP framework. Samsung found opportunity to start manufacturing laptops in its Noida factory. With the rising disposable income among the middle class population of India, creating a surge in demand for electronic gadgets. Samsung has expanded its operations in Africa, has the mobile phone penetration rate reached a new high of around 46% in sub-Saharan Africa. And here the slide shows the international strategies for Samsung company like market drivers, government drivers, competitive, and cost drivers. And thank you. Next slide, my friend Manikanta will hand over from here.
Hi, my name is Simon Kanto. I want to discuss about government of drives for the internationalization of Samsung. And this slide explains about the government drives of the internation of Samsung and certain national offer subsidy or tax regulation to the encourage foreign companies to start the operation in their nation. The Samsung has used to chips and science arc process in US in 2023. It's a semiconductor productive by raising around 6.4 billion US dollars as direct funding. And the next slide discuss about the cost drives of the international of Samsung and the cooperative of raw material and labor cost in Vietnam have attached to Samsung to the start productive in Vietnam to reduce the production costs around 50% of total smartphones of Samsung has a production in Vietnam. And here is the picture reference to the Samsung company in Vietnam. And the next slide is shows about the comparative drives for the international. And this slide discuss about the comparative drives of internationalization of Samsung in order to complete with its Chinese counterparts. Samsung has reduced the uh, production ratio of the LCD TV panel to maintain a uh, continuous supply chain. The Samsung has collaborated with the LG to expand the production of LCD TV to complete against the local Chinese uh, counterparts and increasing the market shares. And there are many another competitors for the Samsung like Apple, Sony, LG, and Xiaomi and Itel. These are the things which comparative to the Samsung. And the next let's take over to the my friend Sai Kumar.
Myself, Sai Kumar. This is a slide based on benefits of internationalization. This slides discuss how the internationalization has been based on Samsung. Samsung saws the opportunity and starts business in India has provided benefits as Samsung has generated around 989.24 billion and Indian rupees in the year of financial year 2023 as showing as 16% of expensive from the passive year. The government subsides like the chain and science art having assistance of Samsung in expanding its operation in the US. The driving factors like labor and revenue metal cost and Vietnam helped Samsung in increasing productivity with limited research competitive in the global market ascend Samsung in collaborating with companies such as LG to increase market share. In the slide, the average revenue is there in 2016 and the average revenue was 4.470 billion Indian rupees and in 2017 the average revenue was 570 billion Indian rupees and in 2018 the average Indian revenue 611 Indian rupees and in the year of 2019 731 billion Indian rupees. In the year 2020, the revenue average was 787 Indian billion rupees. Then finally, in 2023, the total was increased to 16% as 989.24 billion rupees. Is the next slide goes to the political factors based on Samsung. This side is the political challenges faced by the Samsung. The building political issues like trade war between the US and China has affected the business operation of Samsung. The Samsung has suffered to sustain its supply chain due to the restrictions of regulations of the cloud war. The electronic giant has suffered a more than 50% from its the operating profit maintain of approximately 5.6 billion US dollars. Mm, and according to the slides, next slide, economic factors faced on Samsung. In Samsung, the economic factors faced in the 69% less in profit maintained due to the global economic slowdown. This slide discussing the economic challenges faced by the Samsung. The Samsung has suffered backlash in maintaining its supply chain due to the chip storage in the year of 2020. These profits of Samsung had dropped around the 69% due to the global economic slowdown, due to raising the money chip prices and reducing demand from electronic goods. And the next slides goes to my friend Danush.
I'm discussing about social factors faced by Samsung. This slide discusses the social factors that faced by Samsung. Samsung suffers social challenges on the ground of ethical values when the French substance of the smartphone gain was assist of practical child labor in their organizations to increase productivity to meet high demands. Moreover, employees from Vietnam and South Korea claims that the working hours and accommodation practiced by the company are and incompletable. And this picture shows how North Korea and the public protest against the Samsung from the child labor protection of the child labor. And next slide, it goes to technological factors faced by Samsung. These slides discuss the technological challenges faced by the Samsung. The Galaxy Note 7 smartphone manufactured by the Samsung launched on 19th August 2016, and on 24th August the first existing of the phone was reported, and soon instances are existing were reported from the across the world, including South Korea, China, and more. The incident leads the company to a significant amount of loss and the decreased trust in the brand among the customers. And the next slide goes to legal and the environmental factors faced by the Samsung. This slide discusses the environmental legal issue faced by Samsung. Samsung suffered an environmental challenge when 37 workers in Samsung Vietnam were protested by the methodical. As for a legal issue, the de facto head of Samsung Electronics was sentenced to 2 years and 6 months imprisonment in a Derby case, which lead the company share to a 4% down. And we used PESTEL model to explain the challenges Samsung has faced in the past and the present. And the next slide goes to my friend Monica.
My name is Monica. In this slide, we will discuss about risk mitigations Samsung has faced. The slide discusses different risk management strategies implemented by Samsung. While the US China trade war and patent issue between Apple and Samsung remain a concern for Samsung, the company implemented effective strategies to mitigate other challenges. To mitigate the technological adversity, Samsung collaborated with the telecom carriers to update the software of its Galaxy Note 7 to disable the battery and alter further sale of the product in any other countries. In the next slide, we will discuss about In this slide, we will discuss about risk mitigation strategies adopted by Samsung. This slide continues the risk management strategies of Samsung. Samsung puts more focus on producing semiconductors while in a semiconductor manufacturing facility in Texas, USA. The company announced getting around $6.4 billion in direct funding under the CHIPS and Science Act. Moreover, Samsung offered the compensation of over 150 million won to the workers and their families who suffered any serious diseases while working in the electronic factories. In this slide, we will discuss about the conclusion. This slide provides a summary of overall study of Samsung. Samsung is marked as one of the largest electronic manufacturing companies in the world. Samsung has initiated effective strategies to expand and operate its business in different countries. Samsung has faced issues regarding political, economic, social, environment, and more, but encounters the issues with the effective strategic planning. And in next slide, there are references we have used in this presentation. And thank you for your valuable time. Appreciate for this opportunity on behalf of all my group members. Okay. Once again, thank you.